In school, we had to read a lot of the same books as part of English class. I'm talking about classics like To Kill a Mockingbird, The Catcher in the Rye, The Great Gatsby. Anyways, you read the title. Today, I wanted to rank these books. Some of these opinions might piss you off depending on how strongly you feel about some of these beloved titles. But like I said in my last video, just remember that all of this is my opinion. Everyone's own rankings are based off of their own preferences, their own taste, their own values. Everything here is 100% completely, utterly objective because I'm always correct, so there's no need to get angry at facts. Also, I'm not a professional critic, so if you're looking for a serious ranking, I'm sorry, but this is the wrong place, buddy. Alright, let's get started. Starting it off with To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm pretty sure almost everyone had to read this at some point, or at the very least know what happens. Scout is a girl who lives in Alabama with her dad Atticus, who's a lawyer defending a black guy falsely accused of assault, and she learns the lifelong lesson that racism is bad. To start it off, I'm putting this in the very respectable B tier for Bird, because I remember it being good, but I just don't remember it being amazing. Up. Remember the sign? My opinion, aka the correct opinion. Next up, we got the Odyssey. I'm not even sure if the Odyssey counts as a required school reading book since it has 20 billion parts, but I had to read at least some of it in school, so I'm counting it. Anyways, it's a classic. The part where Odysseus gets stuck in the cave with the Cyclops, calling himself nobody? Come on. It had the entire class in middle school laughing. And I'm also excited for the movie with Spider-Man.
Tom Holland. Man, what the fuck? Man, I don't want to talk yo bitch.
I'm putting the Odyssey in A tier. Alright, Romeo and Juliet. Whew. Okay, here we go. This play has to have the world record for the most spoiled story in history. I know how it ends. You know how it ends. Your grandma's dog probably knows how it ends. Do you know who else also knew how it ended? Me in 9th grade. What was the point of making everyone read this when everyone and their cat knew how it was gonna end? They're both gonna kill themselves because they have level 5 CTE and level -10 communication skills. And even if I didn't know the ending, the story's still trash. You're telling me they did all that when they just met 3 days ago? And they're both teenagers? Like, honestly, it's just natural selection at that point. Don't even hold a funeral. They're just dumb. And plus, like... Hey, wait a sec. Wait, what do you mean Romeo was 17 and Juliet was 13? Well, anyways, Romeo and Juliet sucks. D tier. Okay, now we got a good Shakespeare play. Othello. Othello, man, he's that guy.
Really that guy.
Until he kills his wife. But before then, he seems like a cool guy. He just got wound up the wrong path. I like this story because of how much there is to dissect. You got the deception, the jealousy, the solidarity between the women characters, the themes of racism. Dude. Shakespeare cooked. Well, you can also dissect a lot about Romeo and Juliet too if you really dig deep. Nuh-uh. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. A big reason why I like Othello so much is because when I had to write an essay about it, I got the highest score in my class, which I thought was really cool. So, I'll be putting this in B tier. Catcher in the Rye. For some reason, a lot of people either love or hate this book. Now, me personally, I loved it. I liked the metaphor. I liked Holden's narration style. I liked the theme. Listen, I don't have a dead brother or anything, but when I read this, 15-year-old me found Holden and his outlook on life pretty relatable. You know, I'm not sure if that outs me as an incel or not, but you know, I still mess with his vision. And the ending, when Holden watches little sister ride the carousel, and it's revealed that Holden was telling the story from a mental institution the entire time. Come on, that's cinema. S tier. I don't care. This book is awesome. Cancel me all you want. Ender's Game. I don't know how many of you had to read this book, but I remember having to read this book. I remember I had to read Ender's Game for summer reading before my freshman year of high school started. I'm gonna be honest, that was a while ago. I'm gonna be double honest, I forgot almost everything about this book too. It was in space. Ender was a boy in the space military who did strategy games, fought against aliens in the game. Turns out the games were real life. He killed that guy in the bathroom. I remember liking it though. B tier. Charlotte's Web. Elementary school classic. Come on. You got Charlotte and the web and the Wilbur pig. Shout out to Charlotte for being a real one because she's basically just donating aura to the pig by writing words on the web. It's a good thing that the people in that book were dumb as bricks because do you know how easy it would be to fake doing that in real life? Especially nowadays? Like just walk into a Spirit Halloween and I'm sure you can find something that'd be similar, if not cooler. If this happened today, I wouldn't be as impressed. Anyways, I'm putting it in B tier for bah. Alright, little side tangent here. When I was doing research for this video, I found out that this book is actually banned? Yeah, Charlotte's Web. The kids' book about friendship and kindness? What was it about Charlotte's Web that could have possibly pissed people off enough for them to go, Charlotte's Web? Let's go ahead and ban it. yeah, just ban it. Yeah, my son actually prefers dogs a lot more than pigs, so like how sensitive could you possibly be? All right, this topic of book banning actually brings me to the next book quite nicely. Fahrenheit 451. I like Fahrenheit 451. I liked reading about their world, how the books are burned, Montag's character development, and that ending where he kills the dude, gets hunted by the dog, and joins a book club. Cinema. Thank you, Michael B. Jordan. I'll also put this in the respectable B tier. Guys, I swear I'll put other books in other tiers, just hold on. Next up is Animal Farm. Ooh, banger. I remember reading this and feeling so smart for understanding the metaphor right away. And plus, this might actually be the only book on here where I literally laughed out loud reading it. I thought it was really funny. like you guys get it? Like all the animals on the farm were communists or something, I think. Animal Farm is going in A tier. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. What? Sorry. Sorcerer's Stone for my fellow freedom-loving Americans. I don't even know if this is an actual book people were required to read in school. I know for sure I wasn't, but there's a Goodreads list saying otherwise, so I'll include it. Honestly, I remember liking it. Everyone knows the world and the magic system. Everyone knows Hogwarts, Dumbledore, Hagrid, Emma Watson. It's crazy to me that this book turned into this whole billion-dollar franchise. Like an entire land at Universal Studios. The Giver. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot what this book is about. Gun to my head, I cannot name a single character, plot point, or theme in this book. All I know is that I read it in 7th grade and I hated my 7th grade English teacher. So I'll put it in C tier for completely forgot. I'm not a professional critic, so if you're looking for a serious ranking, this is the wrong place, buddy. I know why the cage bird sings. I'm gonna be honest, again, I forgot everything about this book. Shout out Maya Angelou though. I'll put this in B tier for Bird because I feel like if I put this any lower, I might get in trouble. The Joy Luck Club. All right, here we go. I don't ever see this book get brought up when the topic of books we were forced to read in school is talked about, but I had to read it, and it's on the Goodreads list. And boy, did I hate it. If you don't know what it is, the plot is kind of hard to describe. This book contains 16 interwoven stories about conflicts between Chinese immigrant mothers and their American-raised daughters. I completely copied and pasted this synopsis from SparkNotes. Basically, it's about these Chinese daughters having mommy issues with their immigrant moms. Now, what I hated about this book was that there was a metaphor every chapter, and my English teacher at the time made the class identify and analyze these metaphors every chapter. I vividly remember we had to write an argumentative essay about whether one of the characters in the book was either quote-unquote a tree or quote-unquote a flower or something. I wrote my essay about how she's a flower because she blossomed into being her own person without direct influence and guidance from her mom, blah blah blah. Then we were graded. I got marked as wrong and I failed the essay because I was actually supposed to write about how she found strength in quote-unquote being a weed, like the weeds in her overgrown garden in the book. D tier. Wait, what does any of that have to do with the book itself? Well, thank you for asking, dear viewer. Yeah, what do you have to say about the actual story, like the actual characters, the themes? Like, well, you see, yeah, it sounds like you're just ranking these books based on how much you did or did not suffer in English class because of them. Nuh-uh. Anyways, this book was boring as nuts. But you know what though? I'm actually moving it up to C tier because I gotta respect my fellow Asians. The Crucible. The Crucible is just funny. It takes place during the Salem witch trials. The idea of the Salem witch trials actually happening it's horrifying, yes, but it's also like really funny. Imagine you're walking down the sidewalk one day kind of weirdly, and then some dude across the street starts yelling and accuses you of being a witch, like you're the imposter in Among Us, and you just die. Like that, you're gone. Bye-bye. Sorry. You should have known better next time to not exist. Now, with that being said, it sucks that I gotta put the Crucible where it belongs. In C tier for completely forgot because I completely forgot every other aspect of the story. Brave New World. Now we're entering the big boy zone. Brave New World is a banger and a half. It centers around 3 characters, all certified tweakers in their own way. Everyone's genetically engineered. Everybody's put into predetermined societal roles and taught to lack critical thinking. What I like about these dystopian stories is that they will always remain relevant and are, in some ways, already happening. For example, in Brave New World, there's an important drug called Soma that is always available to everyone. It's designed to numb all negative emotions and make users instantly happy. In the real modern world today, this drug actually already exists. It's called Bullying Children on Roblox. I thought this book was great. That ending, dude, that ending. When John goes crazy in that orgy and then gets ultra post-nut clarity the next day, and then gently opens the door.
I'm SpongeBob.
When I first read that 10 minutes before English class started on the day I had to finish it, I was shook. A tier. Alright, next we got 1984. Guys, it's the meme. I'm in the camp that sincerely believes that everyone should read this book before they die. I feel like everything that you can say about this book has already been said, and I can't really come up with anything funny to say about this book. Amazing social commentary, crazy relevant to today's world. Probably always will be relevant. S tier. Alright, we're on a roll. Frankenstein. Did you guys know that Frankenstein is the name of the scientist, not the monster? Blew my mind when I read this. Frankenstein is an amazing story about how villains are made, not born. He didn't do anything wrong except be chopped, and he got treated like Hitler 5000 by everyone around him. That got me heated. Even calling him monster makes me feel bad. If anything, the scientist is the monster. He was dead set on creating life, invading literal graveyards for dead body parts in order to make it. And then he succeeded and got scared. Seriously? What did you expect? And then the story shifts over to the monster's perspective, and you learn how much he had to suffer for basically no reason. You know, him killing all those people to get his get back on Frankenstein. Justified crash out. I don't care. Another easy S. Alright, I've been being too positive. Now this last one will piss some of you people off. And I'm sorry, but it just needs to be said. The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby sucks. It's boring. It's an utter snooze fest. Out of all the books I've listed so far, this was the only one I skimmed in school. Me and SparkNotes go way back. Well, that's probably why you didn't enjoy it. You didn't even read it properly. No, that's why I skimmed it. The way it was written was way too much for me at 8 a.m. in the morning. Or 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Or 7 p.m. at night. Really any time of the day for that matter. Like full pages of extended metaphors and non-literal imagery. Bro, get to the point. You're doing way too much. The style of The Great Gatsby is wry, sophisticated, and elegiac, employing extended metaphors, figurative imagery. Man, if you don't shut up! And then you got the actual story. The book is titled The Great Gatsby. So naturally, the main character and narrator of the book is this guy named Nick. And Gatsby is some hotshot millionaire neighbor who got his money through bootlegging alcohol, and he throws a ton of parties. And then 200 pages later, it's revealed that he did all these parties to get back with this girl named Daisy, who was already married?
No. Oh my goodness, Valentine!
No.
Whoa, no! That is not the shot!
And then she just runs over some woman, and then Gatsby is the one who gets killed? Main character talking about, wow, Gatsby is so cool for not caring what anyone thinks and for chasing his dream. No! Gatsby's just stupid! He's the Lulu! Everyone always says how this is one of, if not the greatest book ever. Dude, this book is the permanent solution to insomnia. Turn that green light off, bro. No one wants to see that. It's time to let go of Daisy, little bro. I'm putting The Great Gatsby in F tier. Overrated book. Dumb book. Chainsaw Man better.
What top 5 you smoking on, Kendrick? Cause my top 5 is
The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby.
In my younger and more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since.
Alright, well, that concludes my tier list. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, hey, you missed a few. Wait, what? Oh yeah, even though I put these here, I actually haven't read these. But hold on, don't worry, I'll quickly rank them. Lord of the Flies. Cool name. A tier. Macbeth and Hamlet. Shakespeare wrote
Adventures
of Huckleberry Finn.
Mice and Men.
Adventures in
Handmaid's
Tale.
Tale.
This is
Put
the
it in
Hulu
B
show.
tier.
I'll put it in A tier. There we go. This is the final list. There are no other missing books. Okay, thanks for watching.